offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all, but right now,
there he goes left side. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. CD, that's his second touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the first half near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while. He's made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They go with Jacobs. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it. It worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eye. Here early on, it doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because it will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there. It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels. Field. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And some room to run now. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Well, that is a running back. Jacobs for a moment. He's in his zone. 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard gain.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering since we've gone from 12.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On that pickup. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Oh, look at the juke. And this
right into it for an interception.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain is for them after they intercepted. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 191 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon. Second down, Jacobs once more. He stiff-arms him, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
With him throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's a...
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's got it across midfield and in. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, a 13-yard touchdown run. And Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening.
See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 10 more there and another first down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now,
they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And a 5-yard.
What happened? A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 6, following a gain of 6. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run right here with Jacobs. They find some open field here. There's the stiff arm. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 76 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Josh Jacobs, boy, I tell you, he is a complete package. The power that he has to run through you, and then he's also got the speed to run away from you, as we saw there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed.
At their own 43. On the ground is Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 161 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to bring up a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 93 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed
to go for it, looks like a smart one. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And he just
Las Vegas, welcome back, everybody. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20. And all the way down to the 7-yard line. 176 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you got to tell you, bodies they brought in on that play, those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about
bigger trouble than they anticipated.
Yeah, and instead of cutting his losses on the play, I think what happens here is receivers get so excited about this play.
The carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. Room here to run. Shoves him aside. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They're able to keep the drive here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Jacobs will score. Touchdown, Raiders. So both sides of the football contribute. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He couldn't quite find the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They go with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders get a 2nd down and 8. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders are off to a 30-0 1st quarter lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this 1st quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup, but there the defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 136 yards. Terrific here this afternoon. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the 3rd quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And some room to work. And he's taken down but able to slip across.
You're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its
go around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys are able to extend their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it? Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him.
Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and...
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for Las Vegas 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football.
And 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a pretty good run there.
More confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Powering forward. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 62 yards rushing for him as ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's
halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jacobs will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense.